Fuck notes.
Fuck notes. That's what Graham. That's what Graham used to say.
That's how this recording has just started, with Ali going fuck notes. So pick the bones out of that one,
That's
transcribe.
my line.
Where did we finish up? We were out with Claude the Giant, weren't we? So we'll be outside.
You journeyed back to town at the end and had downtime along the way.
Okay, so we would be out in like a campfire situation rather than back in our room.
We're fast traveling. You just back to town.
Okay,
Woo!
cool.
Bit of fast travel. I would be.
I'm not doing scenes where you walk down a road for a bit. It's boring.
Yeah, I would be reading my book of lore.
LAW or LORE?
LORE is part of my pack. I need to go because I've got somebody at the door.
Cool. If we've gone back into town and heading back into our accommodation, Imral will not be going into the accommodation because I want to go and speak to some plants. So if there's like a garden attached to this lodging that we're in, she'll go and sit in a bush and try and talk to some plants.
Oh, and is that the thing that you're doing in order to try and learn a spell?
Yeah, I'm trying to learn speak with plants.
Yeah. I just put a spell because that's what I've written down. I'm just going to change that to speak.
I've only got speak with animals, so I'm trying to apply the same principle to learn how to speak to plants.
Cool, and I believe we were rolling a d20 nature for that, weren't we?
Yeah, I did 2 nature skill checks, scored 24 and 14 towards a lofty goal of 1,000 points. So
yeah.
So is that just 1d20 you want from me?
Yeah, that'll be a d20 nature check.
Oh, I just rolled a d20. Do you want a nature check instead?
Yeah.
Great.
We'll go with the 9 because it was higher.
Cool. Thank you. So that's 9 added on to that.
Cool. Who's next?
Well, you know what I'm doing, so.
Yeah, you're doing your breath weapony thing. Were we just rolling a straight d20 for that? I can't remember.
I can't remember, truth be told. I don't know if it would be Arcana or...
Oh, hang on. Do I have that recorded from last time? You made a charisma check and is currently at a progress score of 81 out of 500.
I did a charisma check.
Well, yeah, it's a charisma check. You got a nat 20 on. So Elvira rolled a d10, Leandro rolled a d10, you rolled a charisma, I rolled a d10, and Imral rolled a nature.
81 out of 500. I've got him at 43.
Oh, unless it was just picked up the wrong one. So you got 43.
Because he had 2 d20 rolls, so I don't know he'd get 81 with that.
No, that's fine. It was from my transcript, so.
I rolled really well.
No,
24 is his charisma nat 20, so.
Yeah, so that was 24, and then he'll have got before that like a 17 or something based on numbers and stuff.
I've updated the record.
A charisma then, yes?
Yes, just a straight charisma check. 6, cool.
I'll add mine up.
I assume is Beyond still working on his strength?
Yeah, so Beyond will be.
Scott, what are you at now then?
Do his push-ups.
49.
49.
49.
Mine's a D10, I think, and I've currently on 10 out of 180.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, that's all right.
Cool.
10% there.
So what are you at now?
18.
Cool.
18. See, you're counting up. I'm counting down, so you've got 162 to go.
Fair enough. Tomato.
Yeah. 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other. Lyrindel said he was reading his book of lore, so that'll do absolutely nothing to increase his debts.
Oh, I know. I'm just finding my notes.
He-
And I found them.
He's
were working on your
reading
dexterity.
it while balancing. He's reading it while balancing.
No, I'll be increasing my dex whenever everyone's sleeping because I don't want people knowing what I'm doing.
Right, okay. So if you want a secondary downtime thing, you can have more than one downtime thing at a time going.
Can I
He's
have
an
that?
elfie, isn't he? Is he an elf?
Can you what?
I'm an Eladrin.
Oh, an Eladrin.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping.
Eladrin.
Long rest with a short rest, yeah. Do you want to start a second thing that you're going to do in the daytime downtime that you ever have then while everybody else is still up and around? Do you want to start something else that you want to work on?
Yes, but I'll need time to think about that, so I'll start it next week or next time, if that's okay.
Right, yeah, no worries, that's fine. Well, for now, we'll just say that you're not really doing anything, you're just plodding around. That's fine. Are we assuming that with downtime, Elvira would still want to be working on her intelligence because she was last time?
Seems fair enough.
Are you at a computer to roll a d10, or do you want me to just roll one for you?
Oh, Angela's there. Hey, Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Ooh. There you go. Hold on, I believe that is everybody.
Can I ask a quick question on your rules, Graham?
Yes.
If we start off every session with inspiration,
Yeah.
and we already have inspiration, does that mean we stack it?
Inspiration stacked in my games, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, how are you noting that down on your sheet?
I'm not, you are.
No, I meant I was talking to Craig.
Keep a note of the fact that you've got inspiration somewhere, and if you've got double inspiration, make a note of double inspiration.
On the right-hand side, underneath my short rest and long rest, I have bonus inspiration.
Nice, I'm adding one there. I've got my downtime on there.
Oh, for your little counter.
Yep. Just
Yeah.
like I have downtime.
I'm not
strength
tracking
and-
your inspiration, I'm just trusting you to stay honest.
Yeah.
If you say, can I use my inspiration to redo that, I'm going to say yes and assume that you have it.
I'm not going to add a counter because my character's quite annoying, and I'm just going to lie. And I'm just going to lie. So, no, I won't lie. I'm joking.
You also don't count because you're not an original party member, so you don't get any.
That sounds fair enough to me.
You're a temporary NPC that's joined the party, let's face it. As soon as they find a way to get Beyond back, you're gone. So
Benny.
Not Beyond Benny, sorry. As soon as they find a way to get Beyond back, you're definitely gone. And then when they get Benny back, Beyond will be super happy that they're both alive again.
I thought you was going to do what my mum used to do, where she said like everyone's name before me, my siblings and that. But you was just going to do it with every member of ABBA before you said the right name.
I mean, yeah, that's as far as I need to go, to be honest. And well, to be honest, just the two men. But I mean, we already know who my next target is anyway.
Me?
Well, obviously, yes.
Yes, I believe in the previous nighttime downtime, Ali's character decided to paint a giant target on his back.
He goes, "Oh, smite me, almighty smiter," like Bruce Almighty.
And I, in fact, will do that.
Yeah, I mean, Graham isn't as nice as Morgan Freeman.
No, he's not.
Very
no. Morgan Freeman's a legend.
Yes, and much more black than Graham.
Yeah, I mean, I shower every day.
Is Morgan Freeman the villain in many films?
It depends on perspective. on many of them, yes. Name one of his films.
Bruce Almighty.
Well, he gave a person unable to handle the power that he gave him and caused him to make many mistakes and potentially ruin lives.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, I mean...
He was a member of the police. There you go.
No, wasn't.
He was in Sting's band.
I thought Morgan Freeman played a copper in...
No, he was like a technical.
No.
He was like Alfred if Alfred could
Fox.
do tech.
No, he was the Fox. He was the guy who worked for Wayne Industries.
Yeah.
He was the tech guy. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. He's a corporate businessman, even worse.
Q.
Yeah.
And somebody should have told Bruce, "Calm down, mate. You're not a fucking law enforcement. You're a vigilante. Stop going and committing all these crimes." And he was an enabler.
Yeah.
I think
Did
Fox
do that.
did
He
tell
told him that.
several times.
Well,
He listened that bad for
maybe he should have said it harder and stop giving him shit.
He didn't get killed.
Stop going out and fighting crime, but here's some really cool, useful things with which you could fight crime.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, you're going skerplunking, are you? He knew he was lying and he went along with it. Enabler.
Okay,
Right.
let's stop picking on Morgan Freeman now.
Never. I hate him.
I'll bring him in as an enemy one session. You'll be fine.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll kill him.
That'd be so cool.
He will have the same powers that he has in Bruce Almighty, though, so you will all definitely die.
Challenge
Because he's a
accepted.
bad guy. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, so downtime actions done and sorted. That's that housekeeping. I mean, generally speaking, I think in most campaigns we start off with a recap. So, and a cheers. So, does anybody want to recap what happened last session?
We met a new friend.
Which friend? Oh, yeah, it's me.
It's you, we
I
met.
mean, two of you made a new friend.
Yeah.
Meeting us outside the camp in 5 days. I believe we've got 4 days remaining.
That's right, because we've got a countdown. To
Yeah, you're due to meet Claude. You said within a week.
Yes. So
Took a bit of time to get back. I've got on my counter due to meet in 5 days.
Yes.
and is that from the start of this session?
That's what I had written down, so that's what I'm going to go with. So you've got 5 days from the start of this session to meet Claude.
Cool. Because we had said to him, if he can come and do this, then did we agree to try and free him?
I believe what you promised him was if he came and did the thing, then he would then be free to live his life as he wishes.
Lovely. We will.
I did not agree to that.
No.
No, not you, the ones that were actually nice to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I touched his balls.
You did.
I did not have that noted down.
Yeah, my ghostly. My ghostly skeletal hand squeezed his balls, cupped his balls.
Okay.
Bjorn also kicked some ass in the circus.
He did. He defeated the Bullet.
Which would have made a great song if there was only somebody there to perform it.
Yeah, but he'd have written himself in as the guy that actually won the fight, so.
Technically.
Anthem. Is he Anthem?
To be fair, Benny would have been responsible. Benny would have been responsible for that because even if he didn't do it, he would have told Bjorn to Benny Chestington, that bastard. So technically, he did get Benny Chestington.
If only Benny was alive to tell anybody that. Oh well.
We have a cleric with us.
Who cannot yet cast Revivify.
No, I was going to commune with something.
You also can't speak with dead. You can't beg for a holy recourse.
I'll speak to Benny.
Yeah, at level 3 when you can cast Speak with Dead.
Mhm.
So we had a bit of a. Oh, notes down here. We had a moral. We debated the moral complexities of the mission, questioning whether rescue stolen individuals extends to respecting their free will. Look at us. Who knew that we could be that complex and deep?
Oh, I've got go to Candy Mountain and find Claude.
I mean, it's not Candy Mountain, but close enough.
Candy Mountain.
we did. I don't think we mentioned this, but you said we fast travelled.
Yeah.
We did go and collect our cart and cats.
Yes, because we were riding
Yeah,
big cats.
that's implicit. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure because we have a history. I mean, Everthon was littered with carts with skeletal horses laid next to them.
I mean, literally every D&D party in the world, I think, has a history of taking vehicular travel to a destination and then forgetting how they got there and just saying that they go back to town without specifying how.
Yeah, so that was about it.
Oh,
No
Fine.
apologies necessary.
Goddamn ridiculous!
I know, right?
We're trying to have a serious game of Dungeons and Dragons, and every time, Angela.
I'm not being funny, but I'm getting sick of your cancer.
Yeah.
Here's Bob. Everyone meet Bob.
Anyway, carry on.
The best thing is that's recorded as well. So if anybody ever did watch this back in perpetuity, it's just got me saying I'm sick of your cancer.
That will get me
And also saying I'm less dirty than Morgan Freeman, because less black than Morgan Freeman because I wash every day.
I don't think we can upload this one yet. Like,
Probably not. No.
We're
I
going to
think
be on some
YouTube
form
would
of
strike
list.
us for racism and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, right. Okay. Knuckling down.
Moving on.
Moving on swiftly and stopping from getting distracted. So you obviously all find yourself back in town, going about your days, waiting for further information, or essentially searching for further information. You were given the list of things that are missing. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you want to RP you guys talking about what it is you want to do this session and discussing the things that you need to find and things you need to gather? Or do you want to start as though you've already decided that and we just launch straight in?
We've already decided.
I don't get a say because
You don't
I'm
care.
not an OG party member, so hey, I'll just go along with whatever the party
oh,
says.
Galbatorix, you are so much part of this party.
Quite not, Benny.
Thank you. Thank you.
Doesn't mean I like you. It just means I tolerate you.
I vote launch straight into it, Graham.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Everybody's happy. So at some point or another, you have sat and discussed the potential objectives that you have left to achieve. And you've decided that the next thing you're going to search for is the missing weapon of legend, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, because that's what Scott told me. That is what has been arranged.
Yay.
If you'd have gone, psych, we're actually doing this one, it would have been a case of, wow, you massive dickheads. Although, to be honest, I'd have just taken out Weapon of Legend and inserted whatever the fuck it was you decided you were after. The session would not have changed. Cool, right. So we will say then that we start off that you're sat having, let's call it breakfast, so we're not stealing most of the day off. Yeah.
Second breakfast?
No, just the first one.
Oh,
If you want the second one, that's up to you. You take them up already? That's not good now. Sorry, 1 second. We'll launch into it in a minute. Our children say goodnight too.
Aww.
It's a me, Mario.
And I forgot what we were talking about before I was so rudely interrupted.
We were eating breakfast.
That's it. You're eating breakfast because I'm not going to steal one of the 5 days you've got left to me, Claude, off you by saying, oh, you start with an evening meal. There you go. You're at 4 days already.
That would be a nightmare.
Because that would be mean. So you sat around. I mean, are you sat together? Are any of you sat separately? Or are you all just like communally sat around one big table? How close of a party are you? Is Beyond sat upstairs in Benny's room eating his breakfast on his own, talking to dead Benny?
No, I assume he would have like spent the night there in that
On the
room,
floor.
on the floor,
Not spooned.
and then gone down for breakfast. Still,
Emerald's
Are you
quite
all close
happy.
enough now that you're sitting eating together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerald will sit sometimes too close to people. Eat from their plate if they've got something nice.
I'll sit on the same table, but making sure I have a bit of distance away from them because I don't know them as well as they know each other yet.
No, they've known each other for a whole 3 sessions.
I know, right?
They've been through some shit together, you know what I mean? They've already done some mourning together.
2 of them did.
Beyond
And it was still
happily.
mostly just Beyond.
Beyond and Imral. Beyond's happy if Imral's stealing his food. He doesn't mind.
He's used to it.
Share. He's happy to share. Yeah.
But when Benny was
do the
alive,
same
he'd
thing.
sit down with a flagon of champagne or whatever and then just eat Beyond's food because he forgot to get his own.
And Imral was brought up that everything was family style, everything was shared, everything was for everybody. So eating from big plates in the middle or from each other's plates.
We just gone full circle and everything's family style.
No.
I was literally about to say, how do we end up back on incest?
No.
Oh, Graham, we have been on sync today so far. It's ridiculous, no?
We're not going to get into
my fucking same wavelength.
Disgusting wavelength.
Yeah. And we'll say that to interject and just sort of get us completely away from that.
Yeah.
We'll say that a messenger arrives for you from Lady Esmeralda.
Is it the same guy who always turns up, who hates us?
Yeah, it'll be the same guy whose name I can't remember and whose accent I can't remember.
This guy
if only there was a recording.
Was it Jerry?
Could be.
Gerald? Was there a Gerald?
I think maybe Gerald, but Benny was calling him Jerry, so that's what I've got written down in my notes as Benny. So maybe Gerald, but I call him Jerry.
Was it a Gerald? Well, for now, let's just say it was Gerald. His name's Gerald, and was he the guy that he was a little fella? Halfling?
Can be.
Or gnome?
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 I can't remember. I've just got Jerry.
Our write down today is now canon, so we're going to say that he's a halfling because that's what I'd already started writing. And his accent will be
Geordie.
Let's make him Cockney.
Australian.
Let's make him Cockney because they're the easiest people to sound like they hate you.
It's going to be cats.
Yeah. Gerald, look at me and go, morning, cunts.
Oh, I feel so at home.
Galbatorix will stand up and show a bit of respect to Gerald.
Wait, Bender. Anyway, Lady Esmeralda sent a note.
Good for her.
Is that because you can't read? You
I can't read. What he said. Here, this is yours. Take it.
Thank you.
I'm going to pick the note up.
Anybody going to try and interject? I assume not. Galbatorix takes it up and goes, right, toodle pip, cunts, and he'll turn around and fuck off.
Goodbye, Gerald.
Hey!
I will look
what an
at
alarming
the
and
note.
offensive man.
Remind me who that was again.
He said his name was Gerald. He was quite offensive. I do not like him.
Yeah, no, I don't think we do.
He's southern.
All of you are southern.
Yeah, I mean, compared to you, yes, we are all southern. That's what, you know, just because we don't let you down into our country. Normally.
Anyway.
We built a wall to stop you.
Anyway, you have the note. You want to?
I have the note. Yes, please. I would love to read the note, please.
So you read the note, and the note essentially says, "How would she address you?"
Not.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, God.
Is that an affectionate term? He used it twice, and I've never heard that word before.
I mean, in certain circles it can be, but I don't think
nowadays people use that word to mean both ways. Affectionate and an insult.
I'm going to write it down in my notebook.
I mean, let's say, if I was reading this letter, it would be half of the session taken up, so it might be better if Graham reads it then.
I am afraid I must. I must adhere to the request I received first. Remind me again how to send a whisper charm.
/W, I think it is.
/W or /W?
Or one of them.
/ I believe. Try both. Oh, Ian is typing.
Can see that one. It's / W name message. It's in there's a little chat tips that comes up if you scroll up a little bit.
Oh yeah. I do love that it tells you that every time you log in.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do use the whisper in most sessions.
I was halfway through making a little button, so you just press a button and you can put a little drop down who it's to and then type in there. But then I forgot.
Talking amongst yourselves whilst I type out what the note says.
Pressing two keys, guys. /W.
I know, but then you've got to put the name of the person. It has to be spelled exactly the same as their character sheet.
Yep. Has a drop-down menu.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just easier to write a script.
No, yeah, exactly. If there's an easy way of doing it, that's not me.
Type drop-down.
Ah, yes. That would not work.
Curse you, simplicity.
Fuck.
The tension of waiting for what this note says is.
Don't go
Are you okay there, Galbatorix? Are you? Can you read? Can you read? Okay.
Would you like me to read for you, Galbatorix?
Yes, I read incredibly well.
Can I make a request? Can Graham reread it after Galbatronics reads it, just so we can actually understand what it says?
I do love Galbatorix, but he annoys me.
I think that's the
point.
Well,
I hope he doesn't. This guy's a lovely guy. Why would I make an annoying character?
You definitely here for the long run.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I want you guys to fall in love with him.
We
and
love
be like,
Poochie. I mean, Galbatronics.
Oh, could we turn Galbatorix into that NPC that we love to?
He went back to his own planet.
There you go. Message delivered.
That's an old reference again. I know, that's why I love you guys. You can pick up on stuff like that.
I can't. I don't know that.
Simpsons. Old Simpsons.
Oh, right. I've not watched Simpsons properly in years.
Are you all ready?
Yes.
It's not a long message, so shouldn't take too long. For the attention of my newest servants, and he'll look up and just see if you're all paying attention to him. I've located my missing weapon. It has been stolen by a wizard named Arcanae, and here is the directions to his estate. Fetch kiddies. I don't know if we need to bring children with us.
What?
Did everybody get that?
Yep, I've got it and I've
Yeah.
typed it all down. The only thing I don't have is the spelling of the wizard's name.
Arcanae.
Oh.
And the message just
AR,
yes.
say again, ARC.
Arcana with an E on the end.
So it did end with fetch kiddies.
Yes.
And then Galbatorix added, I don't know if we need to bring children.
No, if you imagine it in her sort of snooty, hoity-toity voice, like, fetch kiddies.
I like how she calls us kiddies. It's so demeaning.
Yeah.
I love our mummy. I mean, Lady Esmeralda.
She looks after us so well.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just reading the comments now, and yeah. I mean, not getting cancelled. I mean, a speech impediment.
I mean, there's nothing borderline about that.
No. And I mean, I can
Scott's
read.
had it now.
I can read, so I haven't got a full retard. And I mean, I've proven in previous sessions that I don't keep it up. I mean, we saw what happened to Benny.
Cool.
Love you, Scott.
So yes, he reads it out and looks for. He actually looks for reassurance after his reading of the letter, which I expect he receives none.
No, I understood every word. Yes. So you had you've got directions to this wizard's estate.
Yes. Would you like to see, or do you want me to read them to you all?
Oh, I think if it's directions or a map, maybe we should, if you put it on the table, we can all read it and then we can all remember at the same time.
Put it down on the map. Put the note and everything down on the table so everyone can see everything.
Cool. Yeah. So it was a map, not actual written directions. So you all look at the map, which now I don't have an image of. And you can see on the map that there's just sort of like an asterisk on a part of sort of a map of the surrounding areas around where you are. You're in the roguey artsy place, aren't you?
Thespis.
Thespis, that's it. You're in Thespis.
The first.
Let's write down the name of all of the locations that I've designed because I had them not written down anyway. Thespis, cool. Right, you're in Thespis. So yeah, it's a map of. It's not a world map, so it's not showing you the entirety of the sort of continent that you're on. It just shows Thespis, the city, and then all sort of like the outer lying districts. So like a county map, if you will. So say you were looking at a map of Yorkshire, and you'd have like, say, Leeds in the middle, and then all of the surrounding towns and areas around there. And sort of about, I mean, I was going to give like a this far measurement, but that means nothing. What looks on a map?
How many days travel?
It looks to be like a few hours ride outside of town, in sort of a wooded area. Sort of, you can see from it like there's a few sort of manor-like estates. In what appears to be what looks like a very wealthy gated community from just outside of town, so like a couple of hours outside of town. So like 2 hours there, 2 hours back sort of travel. It looks to be sort of like the area where all the posh, wealthy, thespian, appreciative people would be. So like, you know, like your purveyors of the arts that love coming to watch the theatre and that sort of, so all your hoity-toity local types that have got like a big country house outside, and then they travel into the sticks because they like to feel, you know, grubby and like one with the common man. Like posh rich people that go into London to watch film at the theatre.
Yeah, them posh people.
So yeah, it looks to be about a couple of hours travel roughly by road if you were to head out that way. That's all the information you have for the moment, is just where it is. So it's up to you now whether you want to go on like a fact-finding mission, find out what you can about the area, about the wizard, about the location, anything like that, or if you want to just go straight to it and figure it out while you're there, up to you guys.
Would anyone have heard of this wizard? Imral definitely won't have, but
None of you are likely to have heard of him. I mean, apart from anyone that's from Thespis originally, might have heard of him in passing. It's not like he's a local celebrity or anything, but I mean, you know, he's well known in the area for being a wealthy wizard with a big magic estate out in the, like, you know, you'd hear about somebody like that living in your area, sort of thing.
I mean, especially if he was a bit of a patron of the arts and a potential target for all the thieves of the district.
I'm not going to say specifically who may or may not know who he is, where he is, or what information you can gather. That's up to you guys to figure out where you want to go, who you want to ask, what you want to do.
Beyond has been living in the area for a while, so has probably got wind of who he is, but no real
Potentially have
details.
heard of him, yeah, but he won't know like the ins and outs of anything. But he might have heard of it. He'll probably have heard his name in passing.
Yeah. Come on then, guys. Let's. We've got the note. Finish up your breakfast. We need to move. Come on. We need to get Benny back.
If there's any leftovers, I'm gonna pack up some rations to add to my. Well, how many apples do I still have? Oh, they're probably
I've got no intention of like collecting any information or doing. If Beyond's intending to be heading straight out to the location we've been given.
Cool. Yep. So
Ribs.
Imral's just going to pack up some leftover breakfast. I still have 15 apples that I collected a couple of days ago, so they're probably going a little bit squishy now. And I'm just going to follow Beyond.
I mean, apples last longer than 2 days.
Well, it depends how warm it is.
I mean, like that's it. It's not It's not as warm as it's been here. It's just normal warm.
Cool.
Like I've had fruit in a fruit bowl for like a week before it starts to go mush.
And even then, it's
cool. I've got 15 good apples then.
People starve in Africa, guys. You've got to eat the fruit, even if it's out of date.
very true.
Respect.
Send them the rotten apples; they can eat them. So that hungry.
Yeah, so I'm just going to follow Beyond. I have never heard of this guy. I've been in Thespis for like 3 days. I don't know anything about anything.
Craig looked genuinely disgusted with me for a second. Then
I think he was just thinking, add that to the other reasons why we've been
literally.
I will say, Craig, the dramatic lighting you have going on is chef's kiss.
So, Beyond wants to head straight to the estate. Anybody wanting to do any information gathering and such?
No, Imral's just following along.
Imral's going to follow Beyond because they've now pair bonded over the death of Benny and probably going to go hand in hand practically everywhere until they get Benny back, I imagine.
No, it's just because Beyond seems like he has a plan and Imral doesn't know.
Yeah.
Elvira and Imril. Not Imril, Lyrindel.
Can we try and gather information along the way?
I imagine Beyond's not really stopping for nothing. He's going full pelt straight there because it's only 2 hours away.
Beyond would, he's not a leader by nature. If someone else actually had a voice and projected it on him, he'd be like, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
If there's anything that jumped out that might like help us out on the way, I'd probably tell him, stop, hold up, go and investigate whatever. I don't know. I don't know how.
He'll be like an itchy child, just like wanting to go to the door, but happy to listen to his parents.
If it makes it easier, if it simplifies things a little bit, you've essentially got 2 choices. Go and investigate the guy through the seedy underworld of Thespis, where you'll have rogues that have probably heard of him and know bits about his estate and his defences and yada, yada, yada. Or basically head straight there, at which point you'll get there without really knowing anything about where you're going or what you're walking into. It'll just be a blind encounter to deal with the location and figure it all out while you're there.
Is
So
it much of a detour?
recon or straight into the action are pretty much the only two real options.
Is it much of a detour?
To get to the location, it's 2 hours away by road, so it's not far away.
I mean, if we were to stop and speak to a few seedy people and whatnot, how much time will it add on?
Well, I mean, if you go in from where you are now to the location, you're going to be taking mostly main roads because it's like you're not going to find many seedy people.
Yeah.
It's just going to be, you know, the normal people that live in Thespis that like to go to the theatre and like to do all that sort of stuff. You don't have to go to like the bit where all the thieves and shit hang out. That's not generally on the main beaten path.
Is it much of a detour? Is it like an extra hour or just?
Well, if you were to divert and go do a bit of research and stuff first, I mean, how long's a piece of string? It depends how much research you want to do. If you want to go and ask 2 people a question, it's going to add 15 minutes to your day. If you want to go and do a thorough deep dive and research, it might take half a day, and then you set off at night time rather than in the morning.
Just to add something there, if I ask the questions, it may take longer than 15 minutes. But anyway, Graham, as I'm from Aethernia?
Aethernia, yeah.
Aethernia. And that's where a lot of the powerful wizards and sorcerers are originally from. Would I recognize the name at all?
You might. Do you want to roll history and see what you might remember of him?
Yes, please.
If anything.
Yes. History. 20. Dirty.
Yeah, well, with a dirty 20, you would remember from your time in sort of like the arcane universities and such that he's a bit of a hack wizard. Like, he's not particularly powerful or all that impressive, but he's born from wealth. So all of his influence he gets comes from the fact that he's rich as fuck, not that he's a super powerful wizard that's going to be able to, you know, like blow people off the face of the earth. He's a wizard, yes, because he was born magical and he can do wizardy things, but mostly he's a rich arsehole.
Would he know my family? Because my family's high end.
You can't ask him. What would I know, or are we asking if the wizard will know? Because I mean, we can't.
Was it basically would Lyrindale been a family been invited round to his house in the summer, basically?
I mean, potentially invited, but if they're like high-end magic stock, they probably would have politely declined the invitation and sent a fruit basket or something, because he's not the sort of person that they give a shit about, because he's not a powerful wizard. He's just a rich guy. If they care more about magic than they do money, then they wouldn't have given a shit. If they care more about money than magic, yeah, maybe they're friends.
No, they would not be.
Yeah.
So, Galbatoric, so after we hear the name and we're all, just before we set off, as we set off, I will pass that information on. I won't necessarily do every bit in character because time, but I'll do it to be annoying occasionally. But yeah, pass it on. He's a hack, but very wealthy, so still very dangerous.
So would like Elvira be on, if you're from round here, would you guys know anyone, any of the shadier guys that might have heard of this guy?
Beyond used to work for some shady people, so there's a good chance they may know more detail.
Elvira, are you Thespis based as well? Not sure.
We also appear to have lost Abby as well.
I thought I did hear a small child, so there may be child issues.
Sorry.
There's no point calling Ali a small child.
No, it's fine. Kat was asking Angela if Elvira is from Thespis or anything, and would she know any of the seedier sorts around the city?
I think she would. Can I do a roll to see if I do?
I mean, she's from Thespis, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I believe that if I'm remembering right, she is. I'm going to write up like actual character profiles on all of you at some point, so I can remember where you're all from. So if she's from Thespis, then like she might. There's a chance, you know, she could have come across some, dodgy people and know some stuff.
Yeah.
It'd be a case of, I don't think there's anything particularly in your backstory to say that you know dodgy folk or anything that I can remember. But if you want to see if you do know anybody dodgy, by all means roll, let's say survival, which is a weird one, I know, but like,
Yeah, that's good.
if you know people from different backgrounds, it increases your chances.
Yeah.
No, don't really know anybody too specifically dodgy. Just your usual general people. Scott, you said you know someone who would have what?
would have known seedy people in this place.
Oh yeah, Betty definitely would have known.
Yeah, I know someone that would have done.
Yeah. If only he wasn't dead. So, right, crux of it. Are we using Beyond's potentially dodgy contacts to try and do a bit of research before we go, or are we going straight away?
Yes, please.
That's not an answer to a 50-50 question.
Contact.
I think we should,
Using contact.
Yes.
I think we should talk beyond down to get information to make it more appropriate, and we'll get a better result.
Yes.
Cool. Beyond, who do you know?
But when I first moved to the area, I was taken in by unnamed local crime people.
Fagin sort of character?
Yeah,
Fagin-esque sort of character?
Yeah.
Because I've decided that the people in Thespis are all Cockney, because it's dodgy,
Lovely.
seedy, a bit London West End. So, yeah, he's a Fagin-esque
rough
type
there.
character. Like, takes in waifs and strays and youths and turns them to a life of crime. Unshitty yourself. I can't.
Finally, a first musical episode. Yes.
Maybe next session. When I've had time to write 18 musical numbers.
And we all get to learn the dance moves. So
I'll send you all your own individual songs to sing. Legitimately, I would do that for the IRL if you were all willing to play along and actually to perform a musical number.
Oh, hell yeah.
I was going to do it in Everthon. I was going to have a session where I was going to make you all sing.
Look, and I will say that I have had a song picked out for Sam for like years, just because Scott mentioned that once. So
Wow. Cool. Right. So, Beyond is going to lead everybody to, let's call it a thieves' den.
Cool. Where? Sorry.
A thieves' den.
Oh, Thieves Den. Yeah.
Now, I don't have a map for it because honestly, I expected everybody to just go, let's just go straight there. But I wanted to give you the option of doing a bit of research first. Because I have information that you can have, but I didn't expect anyone to ask for it. So I don't have maps for any of this, or NPC tokens, or even NPCs. So this is going to be off the cuff. I'm going to let you name him for me, though, Craig. If this is the person that took you in under his wing, I'm going to let you tell me what his name was, or hers. Equal opportunities and all that.
Choose Tran. Choose Tran. Choose Tran.
Nyx Shadowmourne.
Nyx Shadowborn. Let me just turn to my notable NPCs page. Nyx Shadowborn.
That's nice and generic. You can make that a male or female, I reckon.
Me and Angela know a gamer in Australia that goes by the gamer tag Nyx.
I've got it down as Beyond's Dodgy Mate. There we go. It's been added to my page titled Notable NPCs. Taking notes is hard.
She said.
Giggity. Cool. I will allow Beyond to do introductions then. You're also playing the part of Nick Shadowborn because it's your friend.
Oh, what?
Tell us everything, Nick.
I'm going to send you the information that she can provide, and I'm going to let you converse with yourself.
Okay. I mean, presumably, getting to the door of this seedy establishment off the beaten track, it just looks like a house or something. Give it a bit of a thieves' can't knock.
Yep.
With his drumsticks.
Yeah, he's got like a little pattern that's known only to him that he drums out on the door. Yeah, I'll allow for that. That's perfectly funny.
And yeah, instead of the normal someone at the door asking who is it or password or anything, it just opens.
Yeah, there's like a specific rhythm that you can drum on it. That literally it just opens the door. Yeah, nobody comes to greet you. It just and swings open.
Straight upstairs.
Yeah,
Into like a small office.
cool.
And
Are we all following you?
I presume so.
Yeah.
Maybe do it.
Have you given us any briefing about what to expect at this place? I mean, is it dodgy and we shouldn't make eye contact, or is it the friendliest, cheerfulest place in the world?
I know it's dodgy. They're serious dodgy people.
Does it look dodgy or is it a front? It looks like an episode of The American Office, but then downstairs in the basement, there's like people chained to walls getting like stabbed in the face.
Oh, you see, I was picturing it the other way around. It looked dodgy, but the dodginess was a front for like a really posh bar or something like that. I was like, oh, okay, I'll follow in beyond.
Yeah.
And
I'm joking, by the way, Craig. I'm not going to make you do the part. I put that as a whisper chat just so that I don't have to remember what all the things are. Because I'm not that mean. I assume. Yeah. Let's say that she is. Let's say she's Shadakai, because that's cool. They're kind of dark, sort of. Yeah. I'm picturing, and now in my own head, she's basically the character that I made, Shade. That's what she looks like in my own mental image. So that does for me. So you walk in and you're like, Beyond. Long time no see.
I know.
Where have you been?
I was trying to make it as a drummer in a band.
Still?
Yeah.
Not giving up on that then yet?
It's kind of on the back burner.
How so?
I lost half the band.
How?
He died.
Oh. Which one was it this time?
It was Benny. You remember Benny, don't you?
Oh yeah. Good riddance to bad rubbish, that's what I say.
Are we just awkwardly just standing in the room?
Yeah,
I'd imagine so, yeah. Who are your friends? Why don't you introduce us?
This is yeah, we're all looking for something. This is Elvira, and this is Leandro, this is Imril, and this is not Benny. I'm so glad Scott's on mute.
Spit it out, man.
So I sometimes I struggle with words. Galbatorix, if you please.
I don't, please. Please don't speak again.
I'm going to be blatantly just looking around the room, just walking. If there's a shelf there, I will just walk over and look at the shelves while all the talking is going on. Just checking out the room itself.
As you're walking around the room, there are several eyes following you to make sure you don't touch nothing you shouldn't. But for the most part, you're left to wander around. That's fine. Pleased to make all of your acquaintances. What the fuck do you want?
I'm sorry, Nix. We're trying to get Benny back, and we need to or we need more information.
About
there's a wizard I think you might know
Cliff
about.
Notes, man. Cliff Notes. I'm a busy woman.
Beyond's kind of like slightly cowering at this point, hoping someone else is like gonna like step in for.
Like Beyond, it's Arcanae. That's the wizard.
Arcanae. You've heard it. You know Arcanae, don't you?
You will see almost like visibly her ears prick up at the name.
Yeah,
everyone do me a perception, because we've not had nearly enough rolls tonight.
Oh, perceptive character. Yes. I mean, oh no.
I've got a +6.
Beyond, I will give advantage because you know her. That really helped. Yeah, great.
That's intimidated by her. He's cowering in fear.
The guy's in mourning. Leave him alone. He can't concentrate.
It is still the morning. You are quite right. Right. Okay. With those rolls, I will say Elvira and Galvatoris, you definitely do notice her ears prick up and like that she seems interested once she hears the name. Beyond, it doesn't really seem to make much of a difference to you. Same for Imril, because she's not even paying attention. Lyrindel, you will see that she almost seems to be practically salivating when she hears the name. Like, her interest in the name Arcanae when she's heard it is palpable to you. You're like, this bitch wants something that guy's got. It's like, Arcanae, eh? What do you want with him then?
We need to.
Right, we're back. Sorry, Angela just unplugged my speakers.
We need to get a weapon.
So I heard none of that.
Okay, what I said was that to you with a 20, her interest in Arcanae is literally palpable. Like, you can tell she's practically salivating at the mention of the name. And, like, she is extremely interested. Like, this guy's got something she wants. To Galvatorix and Elvira, you notice that she's interested, but not how sort of deep that interest goes. Everybody else doesn't really notice that she's particularly reacted at all. And then she's asked, what do you want with him? What do you want to know about him? Like, what do you want with him then? And away you go, Craig. Sorry, you were.
We're gonna go to his house, like looking at wherever the map got to.
He stole something. Im will just say as she's like looking at the shelves. Just, like throws it over her shoulder.
We need to take it back to please, Lady Esmeralda.
What is it you're looking for?
That's for us to know.
And at that point, I go, what is it you're looking for?
What do you mean?
Well, you obviously know the guy's name. You obviously know who he is.
I do. I've got my scouts have surveyed his property many a time. He's a wealthy man. He has a lot of good things. And we are a den of thieves. It's my job to know who's got cool stuff.
And what stuff would be of particular interest to you? Maybe if we could
What do you want?
retrieve
We might
it.
be able to swipe it on the way out.
You tell me what you're looking for, and if your desires don't conflict with mine, I may be able to help you get what you want, but my assistance comes with a cost. Whilst you're there, I would like you to obtain what I want. As long as they're not the same thing, of course, at which point you may not leave here alive.
We're not trapped in here with you.
We're looking for a weapon.
What kind of weapon? You don't know. That's a stupid question to ask because I've not described the weapon at all. You have no idea what kind of weapon you're looking
Probably
for.
should have asked. Well, we probably should have asked that.
Yeah, quite possibly. You're looking for a weapon, Benny. Yeah, no. You know where that one is? It's rotting in a 4.4 piece.
No, it's not rotting. We're at 9 days still.
Yeah. Well, not rotting, but cool. Yeah, she's not going to ask you what kind of weapon you're looking for. She's just going to coincidentally not be looking for a weapon, so they're not the same thing, because that would be stupid. A weapon, eh? Well, I do happen to know of a few weapons that he's in possession of, some of which are somewhat valuable, a couple of which are extremely valuable. But if it's Esmeralda you say you're working for, I mean, I happen to know that she's recently been alleviated of a few burdens. Much to her own chagrin, of course, but I am aware that Arcanae is in possession of one of those things because he has attempted to sell it to me. I personally have no vested interest in it, but he does have something that I want. Something I've been trying to get off of him for a while, something which he is remiss to part with.
Can you tell?
I am searching for. Well, I am after a particular ring that he is in possession of, which I know for a fact he keeps in his deepest vaults, and my menagerie of acquaintances are unable to gain access to such a place. I mean, I could get it myself, but I'm not going to risk my own life for it.
Okay.
But if you've got cause to be there to search for something else, the weapon that I think you probably are after would likely be in those same vaults. So if I give you the information I have about his property, would you liberate for me the item I seek?
I see why not.
No problem.
I do believe I asked you not to speak again.
What does the ring do?
That is not your concern.
Well, I just want
I
to
will
make
show
sure
you.
it's not
I will
dangerous.
provide an image of said ring. You will know what the ring looks like. I need you only to collect it, and what it is, what it does, is none of your concern.
If we get into the vault, we will grab the ring.
Fantastic. Well, then that to me feels like a deal. I'll provide you all of the information I have. I cannot assist with entry to the vault because it is held under careful guard and its locks and mechanisms are changed twice a day. So were I to be there myself, I could bypass them myself, no problem, but I can't provide any information regarding them because everything I've known about them changes almost as soon as I know it. So I can't help you gain access to the inner vaults, but I can help you by giving you a lowdown on what sort of obstacles you may face if you were to attempt to, say, break in and try and take things.
If
Tell us
you
what you know.
Angela?
So tell us what you know. The more assistance you get, the more likely we are to get into that vault.
I was going to say, if we are successful in returning this ring to you, would you be interested in remaining a contact of ours if we prove ourselves useful? In this situation, we may be useful in other situations, and you could reward us with other shiny things, because I have recently appreciated the value of being rewarded for doing services.
Well, my simple friend, my business is all about contacts and knowing people and knowing things. If you are of assistance to me in this matter, I would quite happily keep you all in my list of useful, what's the word I'm looking for? Acquaintances.
Okay,
Contacts.
idiots.
Yeah, but I wanted something better than contact.
Yeah.
Acquaintances. You will be on my list of approved acquaintances.
Contractor.
Should you need any further help in future matters, I would be more than glad to assist if you prove yourselves useful to me. And in the same vein, if I have anything that I need assistance with, I would contact you for further help and the promise of reward. Does this seem like we have an accord? Do we have a deal? Do we have a bargain?
Yes, I like the sound of that.
Deal.
So
Beyond something to say?
Yeah, that sounds good, Nix.
Indoor voice beyond indoor voice.
I just know it's very good unmuted, so I assumed you had something to say.
Just keep
Cool.
guessing.
Right, so conversation successfully had. She is going to give you a rundown on potential things that you may encounter, which consist of, and she will say this to you herself directly, guards, alarms, magical traps, possible magical sentries.
hang on. Guards, alarms, traps.
Magical traps.
Oh, magical traps.
Possible magical sentries. Lots and lots, and I mean fucking lots, of loot and valuables.
Loot. Do you know any of the specifics of any of the guards or alarms or magical traps or possible magical sentries and the loot and valuables?
Yes. He has a full contingent of guards.
How many is that?
Approximately 30. But they have day shift, night shift. They're in various areas of the estate at all times. So you may not have come across the full 30. But he will have guards on the premises, is the crux of the matter, is that there are guards in places. Alarms, at my last count, he had 11.
Do you know where these are? These may be very important.
One to each door, one on the vault, and then presumably he'll have some around each of the exhibits in his estate, because he does open it through the day as a museum of sorts for people to come and look at his shiny baubles. I mean, he charges an entry fee because he's rich, and why wouldn't he?
You wouldn't happen to know if they have a guard rotation, and you wouldn't happen to know that rotation.
Unfortunately, that, like the passcodes and combinations, changes from time to time to prevent people from memorizing it, to make it too easy for them to get in and out. He is not a particularly powerful wizard, but he is not a stupid man.
That's fair enough.
Do you have any way to stop the alarms or the traps? Anything we could take with us to?
They are of a magical nature, and as you know of me well enough, I deal with the physical sides of things. I am a thief. I pick locks, I scale walls, I climb into windows, I gain unlawful entry. But once it comes to magical prevention, I usually require the assistance of one skilled in such matters, as I am not.
Okay.
So she'll be your stereotypical basic rogue. She's not arcane trickster, no magical knowledge whatsoever. Just very good at roguey things.
So what do you know about the magical traps?
Only that they exist, and that some of them are lethal, and some of them are less so.
And magical sentries, are these automatons? Imril would not know what that is. What is a sentry?
Someone that stands guard, but not a human guard.
Are they Warforged?
I had one member of my team who entered there on a recon mission and claims he was attacked by a statue. Whatever that could mean, I do not know. Whether it was a statue, whether it was armor, whether it was a man heavily dressed in things made of, I could not possibly say. I just know that there is the potential that there would be magical sentries, hence the word possible. You all know what that means, but your characters don't. Well, Craig definitely does, because I saw him not.
Alison knows maybe, but
Yeah, most of you do. And I know you do, because we've been playing D&D for several years. And then when it comes to lots and lots, and I mean fucking lots of loot and valuables, it is what it says on the tin. I don't have a specific list of how much stuff there is to find in there, but I have a list of the amounts of specific things there are to find in there, but just not what those things are. So depending on what is found, what is achieved, what is stolen, that will all be decided post-session.
Is
acquired.
this wizard a known thief? Is this how he gets his fucking lots of loot and valuables?
He himself is not known to be a thief. He's not a member of the inner circles. He tends to deal with thieves quite often. He has people procure certain things for him. He goes to black market underworld auctions and buys stolen goods, but he himself doesn't go out and do the stealing.
So many of these fucking lots of loot and valuables will be stolen things.
Most possibly, yeah. Things that he's desired and is now displaying as though he owns them.
Was this ring that you want stolen from you?
That's none of our concern.
That is none of your concern.
Unfortunately,
Here is an image of the ring.
we are in a crunch for time. If there's any more information, it would be appreciated. Otherwise, we really must be on our way.
She has essentially given you all of the information that she holds, which is basically a bit of a breakdown on the things you might face at this location.
Much appreciated, and we're going to return with your ring. Thank you very much. You have a picture of the ring for us.
Yeah, she'll provide a picture of the ring. You all know what the ring looks like. If you come across said ring at any point, I will tell you that you have found said ring.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Cool. Any RP anybody wants to do before we move on to the next thing?
Just remind me what his name was.
Nix.
Nix.
And so far, we are undetermined on whether Nix is a he or a she, because Craig didn't tell me whether it was whether they were male or female, and he's provided a very generic name that could be either.
I like that. They could be a they.
Yeah, it could be a they. Yeah.
I mean, if she's got daggers. I mean,
we're known for our,
them.
We're a very inclusive team, aren't we?
Yeah. We're known for our political correctness in this group, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
100%.
Moving on.
Welcome to Angela. The balance of the group.
Cool. I am then going to fast travel you through to the destination, if that's okay.
Just as an aside of a conversation about RP outside of this session, are all our characters? I mean, we're on behalf of Esmeralda. We're getting her things that have been stolen from her. And is everybody cool with the fact that we are therefore stealing from this other guy? So is the doing a bad thing to the bad guy, even though we're stealing back things that weren't stolen potentially? Anyone have any ethical quandaries with any of that?
No, because with what Esmeralda's offered
It's the greater good.
Albertorix as a reward for helping in these tasks, then
Yep.
he's just going to try and fulfill these tasks.
Even getting this ring for Nyx that isn't part of the original deal.
The way
Just do the
I'm
job.
looking at it is we're in the
Side
same
job.
we're in the same place anyway. We may as well
Hmm.
help somebody out and maybe get a contact from that. Yes, it's doing a bad thing, but it's for good reason.
But is it doing a bad thing? You don't know.
Wow, that's the thing.
It's none of your concern.
Yes.
You don't know what you're getting.
Cool. Just wanted to check our ethics since last time we did have a big ethical dilemma about Claude.
I'm playing with ethical dilemmas a lot.
Oh, that was slavery. We do not stand
No.
for slavery.
Don't sl-
Or was it? That's his interpretation on what happened. You don't know.
Did Will, that's what counts.
Exactly.
Cool. Let's
You
go
have
see
free
then.
will. Choose. Yeah. Right, I'm going to move you to the next map because I didn't do an outer map.
Ooh.
I like that.
Oh, I just need to minimize windows and
I just need to maximise.
That's if I also put myself on that map.
I need another two. How do you do that?
I'll go for the front door. Gandalf won't let you pass.
No way. So Angela's just showed me how to do a thing in Roll20 and it's blew my mind.
What's that?
Full screen, dipshit.
So you've just put Roll20 on full screen. So
Yeah, I mean, like, they've done away with, like, where the rolls go and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, God. Wow. It's like a whole new
How long
world.
have you guys been playing on Roll20?
A long time. What's this? No.
Yes,
you
you can
found
roll
out?
dice on here too, Ali. Yes.
No, she's just expanded the window and made it like a different window in itself.
Bigger than the screen.
she popped the chat out into a separate window on the side.
I didn't know you could do that.
I think if you double click the speech bubble at the top, it pops the chat into a separate window so that you can close it open that separately of the actual map.
I mean, I'm not going to mock it because I don't even know what you're talking about. These are just like random words you've just put in a sentence. I just keep it as it is, and that's fine.
I mean, I know how to make it full screen, but not the pop out into.
I think
You
Oh,
call
I
yourself
see,
a tech
yes.
expert.
Oh, I see.
yeah, if you double click it, it'll bring your chat window out separately.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got that.
As if you didn't know that.
I don't have that done. I do it the awkward way where I have to move everything around on my screen. Cool. You arrive on the outside. Obviously, you can't see what's inside right now. You can see it because it's there on your screens, but you can't see it. You're all, if you want to drag and drop yourselves down here in front of the main entrance. If you want to be further away and surveying from slightly further back so you can get a scope of the outside, that's up to you.
I think we will have been. Yeah, we wouldn't just be standing and walking. We'd have done some reconnaissance.
So to set the scene, you'll have travelled your couple of hours along major roads and stuff till you get to sort of a semi-gated community. I'm not, for the purposes of time, going to say that you have to get through the outer gate to get into the community. I'm just going to say it's open for reasons of plot. So you can get inside. You follow like a private drive that leads towards like a set of estates that are all, there's like a mile-long drive up to each one. So you're a fair distance away at either estate from the nearest possible estate. Not a mile, but you know what I mean. Like the sort of thing I'm envisioning is think council estate, but better and bigger and more spread out in like a large several acre big like sort of thing. And there's this big fuck off mansion like right at the end. If that makes sense to everybody, do you
Yeah,
get
that
the
makes sense.
mental picture I'm looking for? So yeah, if you want to be sort of set, like you're on the screen, but for all intents and purposes, you're a bit further back looking at this big fuck off mansion that you know to be where you're going from the outside. It would be a sort of several stories tall building. You know, the sort of big, sort of country estate on a private park sort of looking building. So for Alistair and Angela's purposes, think something like what the castle would have been when it belonged to what's his face. Yeah, like that, like a big sort of manor house sort of thing is what it looks like. There's signs sort of on the way up that say like come and see Arcanae's magical displays and his valuables, and there's like a 50 gold entry fee for anyone that wants to come and have a look around his house and look at all of his stuff. From where you are, you can see there's a couple of guards posted out front on the door, obviously to stop undesirables coming in. And that would be sort of from the outside. That's pretty much all you can see. Obviously, you've got windows and stuff like everywhere. Big manor house, like you know what you're looking at.
Oh, sorry. I'm really distracted because there's loads of noise happening outside. I was like, oh, it's 4th of July tomorrow. We've got fireworks going nuts outside, and several dogs have started up because of the fireworks.
No.
4th of July tomorrow.
Huh?
Yeah.
American.
I think the question is, if it's 4th of July tomorrow, why are they celebrating July the 3rd?
Well, what's the 4th of July?
Why not? Why not?
It's America.
Yeah.
It's our Independence Day.
Unless
Yeah,
it's
they get an Independence Day, but we try and have one, and we get told, no, you can't have one.
Unless it's a prom. Could be a
But you
prom
haven't
for
got
the
independence
school.
yet, Ali.
Well, you're
That's the
independent
problem.
from Ali.
Yeah.
Soon.
I mean, that's why the top of Scotland's, that flat edge, because it's still got the English thumb on it,
Do you know I've not lived in Scotland since I vote?
Anyway, sorry about
Is it weird that if we walked on the road to this at this hour, it wouldn't be weird then because they're expecting people to come in and pay 50 gold to...
Potentially, yeah, you'd have set up around based on interactions, having breakfast. You're getting there for around 11:30 lunchtime.
Is this why you gave us 50 gold? Just to take it away when doing this?
No.
Because you said that's a lot of money. So paying that much money to go into a museum, that's a lot.
If you want to pay for entry, that's up to you. If you want to wait for nightfall and try and break in, that's also up to you. I'm not here to make your decisions for you.
Yeah.
Galbatorix is going to look around and be like, can I talk now?
Yeah. You could.
With that horrible.
You didn't have to listen to her.
We needed the information.
Yes.
But could we pretend to be maybe reporters, making a story on the exhibit?
That's a very clever idea. Do we look like reporters? What are reporters?
They can be anything. Yes.
Well, we are anything, so we could be reporters.
It's
We
just
could
an
actually be
idea.
reporters.
Play into his ego.
Guys, I might have a free way in.
That sounds interesting.
I'll share it in the chat.
Is it invisibility?
No.
Oh, that's good.
Would that get us all in?
I mean, it's not really. See, my family, we are so much better than this guy. But I find it hard that he would deny me and my friends entry. But he is also a tight-fisted.
Do you want my personal ruling on using that?
Yes, that's...
I will play fast and loose with the definition of noble. Because he's not noble, he's just rich.
Yes.
But I'm fine to have him considered as a member of high society. So we'll forego the word noble and just basically treat that as rich folk.
It also says the common folk and merchants make every effort to accommodate me and avoid my displeasure.
So
And other
he would probably, as someone who is magical, he's probably Aethan has been born, will know of your family, and will probably have tried to get your family to, associate with him from time to time. So he would presumably be welcoming of you. He would not be welcoming of you and your friends. But should you happen to be traveling with servants, quite possibly.
I can be a servant. I can also cast an invisibility if anybody wants to just slip on in.
Oh God, where's Benny when I need him?
Lovely. Beon would happily try a sneaky approach if Leandril was
I'm quite sneaky as
thinking
well.
of going through the front door.
I don't mind playing along, but I have 0 in charisma, so I am not going to be persuasive.
Oh, I'm not persuasive in the slightest.
But it might come across if I'm a servant that I'm not good at that kind of thing. Yeah, I can be a servant.
It's a door that we have. It's not one we have to walk through.
Oh, I didn't want to press that. Ignore that.
I mean,
I am going to give you 5 minutes to discuss your plan.
That's the button I want for that.
Sorry.
Did we
Oh,
get
what time
told
of day is
these
it?
alarms are?
Monitor.
Not where they are, just that they are there.
I mean,
Okay.
in theory, I could demand an audience with them. You come in as my servants. I could go down to. There's no point in seeing the vault, is there?
No.
By falsely claiming I've got something to put in it.
Are you literally trying to Ocean's 11 this?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my god.
As accommodating as he will be based on your noble birth and so on, he would definitely allow you free access to the main exhibitionary floor. He would not be showing you his private vault.
Which is fair enough.
That's what she said. Yeah, so just trying to work out from how much time we have, considering how long we have in general. So if we left at breakfast on the way and then 2 hours here, would it be kind of like just before noon, lunchish?
You run around about lunchtime, yeah.
Okay, so we arrive here about lunchtime, so it's middle of the day. Are there any other people? Is it fairly busy with other spectators?
There's a lot of rich, snobbish people sort of coming and going, talking about how, they were fantastic displays. I can't believe he's got such a wealth of cool things. And there's other people like queuing to get in to go and have a look around.
Does this give the impression that it's a new exhibit? Which is why it's so busy, or are the people constantly wanting to get in here?
Constantly coming and going because he adds things to his collection so frequently that there's always like a new room full of new things they've not seen. It's like going to the MoMA.
Yeah. I love this concept, but
yeah, I think maybe a couple invisible, servant and what's it, and maybe if someone pays to go and blend in with a crowd, we can cover 3 different angles at once.
But I mean, if we wish, I could try to do my plan with one other, and you can use your privilege to get in.
I don't have 50 gold to pay.
But you've got invisibility though. So Elvira, maybe you could be invisible or make someone else invisible. We could have Leandro as an honourable person with maybe myself as a servant, and if anybody wants to pay, I would chip in some money to go for them to pay and go in, so they can see what the other public are looking at as well. Galbatronics, did you have another plan?
To potentially be
Reporters.
reporters to story.
That's another one, yes. So there's lots of different ways we have. Do you think it's better we try and split up to get as much information and cover the ground? That way it's not so suspicious.
Yeah.
Would be most effective, probably.
Get the lay of the land, meet back. Sounds good. I'd rather not go invisible unless I have to. If I can be another servant, please. If you want me to
That's a good plan.
Because I can speak to you telepathically.
Yeah.
If you join the reporters.
You seem like you're very persuasive, Elvira. You talk very charmingly.
Nope. That is absolutely not me. I'm blunt and straight to the point.
Believe this or not, but I have a way with words.
And I fully believe that.
Yes.
You certainly do have a way with words.
Thanks.
But I don't think as a reporter they would sit and listen long enough to hear you out. Unfortunately. Not everybody is nice.
But then reporters are listeners rather than tellers.
And a good story would bring him more gold.
Very true.
How about we go with the over the table? How about we go with the noble and reporters, and then if anyone wants to split off and go sneaking while we're inside, because getting in is half the problem. If we just get in and then start sneaking once we're in.
Yeah, as always, once you're in, the fun begins.
So we're doing 3 and 3.
Let's go.
Yep.
The minute is up. What's the plan?
Me and Kat are going to be servants.
Cool.
Oh no, it's you that need to go in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, you can.
Me and Kat will be servants for.
So Lyrindel's going to try and use his heritage as a privilege to get in with 2 servants played by Elvira and Imril, and Bion and Galbatorix are going to masquerade as reporters.
Just before we go, do we have some, not so much rags, but something not as nice as what we're wearing?
Oh, I'm not wearing anything particularly
What?
nice. Being like a ranger, I'd probably be rather quite dressed practically, not fancy at all.
For what it's worth, I would think that as servants of a highborn from Aethernia, you would probably still be dressed fairly well, because they're not going to be walking around with a bunch of scruffs in tow. Then it's like, oh God, is that all you could afford as servants? You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
would be looked down on for having low quality underlings. It's like they would want their underlings dressed well and.
So we just stay silent behind you until we're spoken to.
I will let you guys. We will let you guys go in first, so it's not all happening at once. So you guys get in, we can see, and then we'll try and get in after.
Report on the fact that you believe you've just seen yet another.
What a scoop! Sorry, what a scoop!
So we're going with Lyrindel going in first with his 2 quote-unquote servants to claim, well, to sort of play on the fact that he's got a highborn family. Yeah?
I'm going to look at Lyrindel dead in the eye and say, you take advantage of this, and I swear to you now, your head will be on a platter. Is that clear?
I'd like to see you try.
Oh. Okay, we're good to go.
Cool. So I will say then, if the three you want to move towards the door, the two guards will obviously step into the middle to bar access as you approach. Oh, who goes there?
Tis I, Lerndale Stormweaver.
Oh, hi. You got any
Aye.
proof of that?
Do you not recognise the symbol of the House of Stormweaver?
I recognise that could be a simulacrum. Oh, that's what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? We'll go with could be
Fake.
counterfeit. How do I know any different?
Would you have documents or a signet ring or anything?
Oh, I've got a signet ring and everything.
So you would presumably go like that, and you wear it on the middle finger. So I mean, that's as highborn as it gets. Flipping people off with your signet. It's like that's
Exactly.
So, get a load of this one, Neeps. He thinks he's something special. He dies. He does. What do you want?
I want to see Arcanae.
On what grounds?
I don't think you need to know. Bit above your station, pal.
I'm pretty sure we do, because when we tell him you're here, we need to tell him what you want.
Just requesting an audience with the almighty Arcanae.
They look visibly confused as to like a request for an audience. Is like, what does that mean he wants? What do we tell him? I don't know. I don't know what to tell him that he wants. That's just some cunt at the door that wants attention.
Look, Arcanae's been wanting one of my family here forever. And now that one of us turns up, we are to be met with resistance at the door.
Right. Calm down. Who are the other two with you? What do they want?
These are my servants.
Is that our servants, is it? Good wenches, are you?
I'm going to look to Lyrindel and not answer directly.
Just going to continue looking straight and not forward.
See, they're well trained.
They'll give you both sort of a really seedy sort of up and down glance because you're women and they're creepy guards. And they go, aye, I bet they are pretty good servants, eh? You wait here. One of us will go fetch them. And one of them will turn and leave and go back inside to get the guy. Then after a couple of moments, we'll return. So, I believe you've been requesting me presents.
Aye. And what manner of reception do you call this?
I call this guards designed to keep away the riffraff. They're not to know who you are and who you aren't.
And here was me thinking that everyone knew one of the highest families in the land.
I certainly know who you are, young Lord Stormweaver. I've been trying to get your dad to sit down with me for years.
And now that he has sent me...
I'm going to try and telepathically just say to him, be nice.
I'm going to respond with, this is me being nice.
And how's your ma? Still foxy?
What?
How's your ma? Still foxy?
I tell you, pal, you keep my mother's mouth out, name out your mouth. Now, are you going to let us in and,
Of course, my castle is your castle. Welcome in. Go have a look around. Look at all of me things. Free entry for ye and your two lovely servants.
I appreciate that.
I don't suppose you'll mind if I borrow one later, eh?
You touch a hair on their head and a can't vouch for your own safety. They are well trained, but they do not tolerate any pish.
Can I check if I notice any of this creepiness whatsoever? whether I
Yeah,
pick up.
I guess that'd be insight to see if you can tell that it's lascivious or not.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know exactly what he's getting at.
Oh,
Would okay. I want to play up to it. If I can tell what he's up to, can I want to drop him a wink.
You say they will not handle the pitch, but that one just winked at me.
Oh, I'm playing coy now.
I mean, she's a wee bit special, but she can't handle herself. And
He'll sort of pull you to one side. Go, yeah, 50 gold. 50 gold to take it off your hands.
50 gold.
20
Is that
minutes.
all?
20
For a-
minutes. That's all I ask.
For a prime servant of House Stormweaver, 50 gold. That wouldn't even get the boot off her left foot.
Name your price.
55 gold.
I'm afraid this one is I can't part with her. And I can't part with either of them. They have been gifts, shall you say, from my father.
Enamoured are you? Dipping your wick in the company ink.
This is grim. This is all
I
getting grim
mean-
now.
I mean, you would, wouldn't you?
If it were mine, aye.
I mean, to be fair, if I tried it with that, and I look at what's your name?
It's at the
Good
bottom
you
of the
for not knowing your
screen,
servant's
unless
name.
you've got
That's the
false
mark
screen
of
on
a
that.
true man.
If I went anywhere near this thing called Alvira, I think I would be coming away without my bits.
And you need to beat her some more. Put her in her place. Teach her what's what.
We have means. Do not involve savagery. Now,
Anyway, that's enough of that. It's clearly understandable. You don't want to part with your wenches. Fine. Help yourself to all of the food and drinks and knock yourself out looking at the exhibits. I've business to attend to.
Cheers. Much appreciated.
No problem.
You prick.
Sorry, what?
Nothing. Just said that it was the lovely house you've got.
I did it.
Fucking wanker.
What?
What?
I assume at that point you just walk away.
I
Yeah,
can't
we
said,
just walk
I can't said what?
Can you please just walk away because I'm sick of being a Scottish pervert?
I think Angela's going to murder me if I keep this going.
Ali felt right at home.
It's far too much.
Oh, that was difficult.
Tell me about it. For two guys that don't do RP, that's
He'll go back in anyway and about his business, and the other guard will come back out.
sorry that took long.
So you guys have gone inside, and we've got Bjorn and Galbatorix still outside, who presumably were within earshot of all of that and just heard all of that happen because it wasn't quiet.
Yep. Before we make a move, I'm just going to turn to Bjorn and just be like, Bjorn, we need to focus and be precise. We are making a story to help make this place successful.
Okay. So we're here to find out about what are we here to what we're reporting on. How are we going to make it successful?
Advertise. Tell people to come and see what is here and pay the price to get the admission price.
Okay. Would you like me to take the lead, or are you the reporter?
Let me begin, and maybe when we get in, you can sneak off and find out more information.
Okay, I can do that.
I cast prestidigitation straight away to produce a quill and have some parchment and whatnot. So it looks like we're going to write some stuff. And while we're talking, you're going to notice that the gold scales on Galbatorix sort of shift a little bit and they start looking a little bit more white.
Ooh.
Just a, and so then as we walk up, Galbatorix will be, hello, fine gentlemen.
All right.
We are here from the stage and standard public works. We release newspapers and information across Thepis. We have many subscribers, and we're here to do a story on this fine museum. It would provide the owner of the establishment with a vast sum of extra visitors and thus extra income. I mean, we've already seen Leondell go in. Big news, big scoop. People will read the story and want to come here. They may bump into a celebrity themselves.
Let me just stop you there. Most of our clientele don't want the common folk around here. We're not looking to attract members of the public. And wealthy people already know where we are.
Stage, the stage and standard. This is not the thespian tribute, sir. No. We don't write for those commoners. This is for the elite.
Anyone that gets their news in print media is too poor to attend this exhibit.
Not when that print arrives magically every dawn to those who subscribe. It is not hand-delivered. No, that'd be disgusting. Our clients don't pay for that service.
If you want to come in and write an article, feel free. But it's 50 gold each.
How about I receive money for every article I write? If this is a success, I will be able to give you both twice that money if you let me in little over a week.
We get paid 5 times that a day to keep people out. How about if you want in, you pay your 50 gold. If you didn't want in, fuck off.
It's absolutely fine. When your customers dwell and your numbers fall, which they will when our readers read how we were treated here, then you will have to explain to your master himself that it is you who are responsible for his lack of income, and your 5 times wages will soon be 0. But never mind.
I bet you my 5 times wages that no one that reads your paper matters.
Not a problem, sir. Not a problem. But this will live on in print, and our readers will see this. And I believe this will negatively affect your business. Let it be so. And if they're not...
Absolutely fine. Or you can pay us the 50 gold for both of you, but you check your belongings at the door, and any trouble, we will kill you.
I mean, I will look at Beyond as this offer is made to see what he wishes to do. disgraceful way to behave and treat one of the most established and reputable papers in Thespis. But no, it will be down in print. And can I get your names?
Aye. My name's Fuck, and his name's Off.
Makes sense. Wonderful, witty, very witty. Yes, I expect such wit from a pair of mindless thugs.
Their actual names were Neeps and Ties.
Even better Scottish names.
But I will go to walk away then with Bjorn.
Is Bjorn just stood there, jaw dropped?
He's unimpressed. He's unimpressed by them. I was just happy to walk along the path to the next door.
But there was no stutter.
And as he walks away, you'll see his scales kind of change back to the golden color. Sorry, Beyond.
It's okay. We'll find another way in. There's always more than one way to skin a cat, if that's your thing.
Never liked that saying.
I love it.
Love it.
I will now follow.
But...
I'll now follow Bjorn and his roguish ways.
Cool. Just for the record, there was no persuading them to get in for free. But unless you had a good reason, like being a noble highborn, and then it's above their station. But anybody else that wants to come through those doors, they pay. Because they get paid far too well to take a bribe. So unless you want to beat the shit out of them, there's not really much else you can do. And because it is a rich, wealthy man's, they get enough footfall. Like, they don't need that. People already write articles about them all the time. Everyone knows it's a well-known, well-popularized thing. So they weren't looking for publicization or anything like that. But I appreciate that was a very good attempt at entry.
Fantastic.
So I would quite happily award you some more inspiration to stick on your list, Scott, for a good attempt.
Death Toll Medal.
So I'm guessing you two are now going to skirt around the outside and try and find another means of ingress.
Straight to the next door?
Yep. I'm following, looking a little dejected, but following Bjorn.
This door just up here.
Well, that doesn't seem to have anyone outside.
No guards. It's a servant's entrance at the side. There's no guards. It is locked and there is no external mechanism to open it. It opens from the inside.
Okay.
You could attempt to find a way through it somehow, but like there's no handle or anything. And you know, like when you go to the side of like a bar and they've got like delivery doors that clearly only open from inside, like they don't wait. Yeah, like a fire exit. That is sort of like a fire exit, yeah, but it's a servant's entrance. It only opens from inside.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'd have a look if there's no way to, if it's not unlocked and there's no way to open it. You know, a quick little shove and check. But if there's no way, just keep going round to the next one.
I'm going to be looking for alarms and other things on the outside of the building as I'm following Bjorn. I'm letting Bjorn do the leading. I'm just looking.
I mean, roll me perception every time you pass the door. So, well, I mean, to be fair, everybody roll me a perception for the front door because you've all been stood outside it, and you two for the side door as well. So 2 from each of you, 1 for everybody else.
Can we get advantage because we've seen the door?
No.
I thought that'd be the answer, but you got to ask.
You got to ask, yeah. No harm in asking. Beyond's noticed absolutely nothing. Elvira didn't notice anything.
Disgusted with the guard.
Yeah, you were trying so hard not to murder a person.
That might have been me.
So Galbatorix and Imril. Galbatorix has noticed an alarm at both the front and side door, and Imril has noticed an alarm at the front door. With a nat 21, you also notice that it's a purple alarm.
No.
Purple.
No.
What kind of alarm is it?
A purple burglar alarm.
Aye.
And he's got
How many-
11 of them.
11 alarms, wasn't there? Oh,
There was
right,
11
yes.
of them as well, yeah.
So there's 11 purple burglar alarms.
Is there a lift when it's stuck?
Is there what?
Oh, it's
Say
a
again,
stealth
Ali.
game. It's a like a skit that two Scottish lads get stuck in an elevator and they try to get to the floor 11
Oh, bless them.
and they get stuck.
Oh,
I
bless them.
love
But
these
was that the casual racism part of this session? Because we've basically done every other
Was that
crime.
wasn't that the Morgan Freeman
That
at the
was the
start?
Morgan Freeman stuff,
It's
yeah.
readily apparent now, but today's session is brought to you by Annoying Alistair.
sponsored by the Geneva checklist.
Alistair decided that he would pop off in the chat, and as a result, I designed a session to entirely wind him up. I'm not actually going to kill him, but I will abuse Scotland.
Oh, that's fine.
Used to it from the English anyway.
Yes.
Right. So you guys are scouting around the outside. I imagine you'll next end up at the back door, which is also guarded. So we'll cut to the guys indoors for now, while you guys make your way around to the back door. Guys inside, what do?
I suppose more than anything, we're mapping the area out, scouring for all the alarms.
All the while, I'm being extremely loud, making sure all the attention's on me, so that the girls can do what they need to do.
Just walk like normal guests.
I want to investigate, check over everything that's in there. Semi-interested, but also just curious about the kind of quality of stuff they have here, and therefore what other valuables and loot must be in the vault.
Yeah. I'm not
Cool.
worried about the stuff that's out. I'm just generally looking for alarms and getting a lay of the land.
No problem. If you all want to roll me, we'll go with investigation checks because you're actually studying the environment rather than just sort of casting an eye around to sort of know what you're looking for.
No.
Yeah, all very good investigation checks there. So you're getting a good assessment of the building. You're seeing all the doors, all of the doorways that have shutters, display cabinets that might be locked and how. So notice a few alarms in places where they are, and those sorts of things. With a 22, though, Lyrindel, as you're walking around, you will notice, casting your eye around all this stuff, that a lot of it, whilst it looks quite impressive from what you know of highbrow, fancy, expensive things, they're either replicas or knockoffs.
Interesting.
So whether he actually owns the originals and these are just display pieces he's had made up, you're not sure. But a lot of what you're looking at, it isn't authentic or valuable in any way.
Okay. Just as I expected, he's a fraud.
Quite possibly. Or he keeps all of his cool shit downstairs in the vault, and all this is like, duplicates that he's created so that, look at all my cool stuff, and most people will look at it and go, wow, that is cool stuff. But
Yep.
if somebody should nick it, it's worth fuck all.
Yes.
Who knows? Who's to say?
Exactly.
We'll find out at some point, I'm sure. So you guys are busying yourselves looking around there. None of the guards that are wandering around the halls are paying much attention. You do notice, Lyrindel, yourself, Imril and Elvira might not notice, but you'll notice because you're magically inclined and roll very well, that there are very small, but hovering around sort of quite high up out of sort of common eye line, little orbs in places.
So it's like orbs.
Orbs, like little ball-shaped things, which you would recognise to be like scrying eyes, so, portable surveillance cameras
Yes.
that are keeping an eye on things as they meander around. So while you're not being watched, you get the distinct impression that somewhere in this building, someone is watching everything that is going on. Whether they're paying enough attention to realise that you guys are casing the joint or whatever, who's to say? But there are portable, like CCTV cameras around that clearly Nix was unaware of being in existence. It wasn't one of the aforementioned things. We'll cut back quickly to the guys outside, who I assume are now at the back door. Now, obviously, the back door is a path much less tread. Nobody is approaching the building to try and gain entrance through the rear door. So when you get there, there's just two blokes sort of lounging around having a smoke, not really paying a great deal of attention. Upon seeing you approach, they'll sort of, oh shit, chuck the cigarettes, stand back up and grab their spears. I'm like, oh, who goes there?
I'll just look at Bjorn and I'll just. We're here to appraise some of your magical items.
Have you got credentials?
And I'll put my hand in my pocket, and while my hand's in my pocket, I will prestidigitation a small note and pull it out and just hand it over, and it'll be date, time, and just say magical item appraisal.
Seems legit to me. I'll be honest, I kind of just want to sit back down. Yeah, I'm not too fucked either. Yeah, in you go.
They'll
just let you both walk. They'll just let you both walk in the back door because they don't care.
So, do we split up now, Beyond? I'm happy to look at the magical items to continue the charade. Do you wish to look for the vault and other things?
I can have a look.
Or should we stick together?
Maybe we stick together until we find something worth investigating further.
I will follow your lead. You have more experience in the looking at for things to steal, I think.
Yeah, we'll go searching through the museum.
Cool. Do you both want to just roll me an investigation to sort of see what sort of information you gain? Because we're not going to go room by room to have a look around. It's just easier. Cool. Galvatorix finds absolutely fuck all. He catches his reflection in a mirror and just spends forever looking at himself and changing his scale colours and working on his ability to do that, I guess.
It's his natural, yeah. But yeah, I'm just looking at myself and why is he looking at me and just stuttering to myself in the mirror?
Theon, you will sort of find similar things to everybody else found. A few alarms here or there, the various exhibits, and notice obviously the same as everybody else would, which I didn't mention. It's like there are some signposts around that tell you, This is this exhibit. This is that exhibit. This is that exhibit. And from the back entrance where you came in, you will see a sign that points towards an information desk. So if you were to want to go and speak to the attendant there and request any additional information, you would then be able to do that.
Which one is the Which one's that desk? Is it
So they've come in at this side
Yeah.
here rather than the front, and the same sort of further back because you guys are down in the sort of lower quadrant.
Yeah.
And the information desk is sort of pointing to sort of this room over here.
Okay.
I mean, it's got sort of. I stole a map, so it's not specifically got everything on it that I wanted to have on it, but there's like an information desk.
That's what real DMs do, Graham. Real DMs modify and just roll with it. We don't make custom maps.
No.
Who has time?
Not me. So if Bjorn wants to go towards the information desk, he can do so. Then you'll head there. I would imagine over time, with everybody else's investigations and stuff, they will basically get a good old map of the whole place. Whether you're writing it down physically or just memorizing it, that's up to you. But you'll get a good lay of the land. You'll figure out practically what each room is, sort of what exhibits are where, and where all of the alarms are. And Lyrindel will have spotted all of the Scry and I CCTV above. I noticed that there's sort of 4 that seem to be patrolling the whole building. In sort of like one's going up and down on the left, one's going backwards and forwards at the top, one's going backwards and forwards at the bottom, one's going up and down on the right, and at various points they intercede in the middle and then branch back to where they were and resume their original path.
And this is the scrying eyes, and there are 4 of them.
Yes, there are 4 that sort of go from corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner, corner to corner, and then at one point when they get halfway on their path, they'll branch, meet in the middle, back out, and then back along their original paths.
Cool.
So they're sort of forming a complete survey of all of the main corridors, but they don't really tend to go into the rooms. They're just sort of patrolling the entryways to all of the rooms. But there is a pattern to how they move, and there will likely be, to Lyrindel's knowledge from surveying them, the occasional blind spot when they go into the middle. You've got a free run from end to end because they're in the centre, and so on. So there are marked paths that you'd be able to make a note of, or at least Lyrindel would, because he's observed them. Nobody else has.
But I have shared this information with them.
You can disseminate that information to the party once you reconvene to discuss what you've discovered. I assume Beyond would like to approach the information desk and speak to them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. You do that. You go over and speak to the information desk and say, weirdly, the person behind the information desk, not Scottish. The one person that works at it isn't Scottish.
Finally, some sense.
How can I help you today?
Hi there. It's a lovely place you have here.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. We're looking for some particular items. I think it was like a weapon and a ring. I can't see them out and about anywhere.
If the specific item that you're inquiring about is not on ready display, then there is a solid chance that it is not one of Arcanae's displayed items. If you are inquiring about an item which is not on display, all inquiries must go through Sir Arcanae himself. Here is a pamphlet listing all of the available exhibits. If the item that you request or desire to observe is not on this approved list, then please contact Mr. Arcanae and request a special viewing of his most personal treasured items, which are not on display for public consumption.
Oh, I didn't realize I had to make an appointment with him. Is there like a special room that he keeps these special items in?
All important items are located in the vault below the building. However, access is not granted to the public.
Oh, of course not. Is that where I would meet him to request a visit to the vault, where the stairs are to go down to the vault?
If you request a meeting now, if you request a meeting with him, I can summon him to the information desk now.
Oh no, I don't want to trouble him. That I just, if I can find out where his stairs are to his vault, I can meet him there and talk to him there.
He isn't currently in the vault. He'll be in his quarters upstairs.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. So he's upstairs. How would I find him upstairs?
The staircase leading upstairs is to the top left of the building. There isn't a staircase there, just imagine there is. And it'd be in this room, and there's a staircase that leads upstairs.
Is this a classic a build from the time of construction, where the stairs going up in the top right corner and the staircase is going down on the opposite side of the building, like most buildings of this age? I'm an architecture
like
buff.
very strange questions.
I love architecture. It's a beautiful building.
Okay. Any information regarding the structure and construction and history of the building can be sought from the lead county architect's office in Thespis.
I'm there. I'm there all the time. They know me.
Then you could have absolutely no bother whatsoever gaining the plans to the building from them.
While you've been talking to Galbatorix and been looking through the pamphlet he gave,
Yeah.
Presumably, is there a map on this pamphlet?
Yeah.
So using the map we have here, I'm sorry, this area here doesn't seem to be labelled. Is that somewhere we can go?
Which area is that?
Down here by the main entrance.
Down there where that staircase is?
Yeah.
That is the stairs to the basement. That is not an area for public consumption.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why it's not labelled on the map, of course.
Pass me the map, and I will write on it with Merquill. Do not go here. I'll squiggle that and say it out loud and hand it back.
Yeah, and you forgot to put on here that we need to go to see the wonderful wizard in this top left corner.
Oh.
Yes. Let's go see the wizard.
Thank you very much for your help today.
You're most welcome. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Bye.
Pop.
And she'll just maintain a customer service smile.
That was very helpful. What was it? They?
Yes. Maybe we should let everyone else know we know which floor the vault's on.
I'm just going to send a message out to Beyond and just go like, "Are you guys in the building yet?"
Yes.
Obviously, I don't hear that yes if it's not.
So, are we done with reconnaissance, or is there anything else anybody else wants to check out while they're here?
Have we noticed in our investigation any of the traps or other non-human sentinels?
If any of those things were to be present, the likelihood of them being active during the day when the building is open for the public is slim to none. So unless you've got a way of attempting to detect those magical things whilst going about your business, no, you would not have noticed anything because they would be inert and inactive.
Cool.
That's fine. would we have noticed any staircases leading downstairs or doors? Of course, we're going to fucking come across doors.
I mean, you've come across many doors, and the only staircase that you can visibly see that leads downstairs would be over here, but it would be behind a door there. The only reason that they noticed it was because it was on a map, and it's not actually visible from the outside, even though it looks like it's a staircase that leads into the building. It actually leads down.
Did anyone notice that the guards and what they're doing?
They would just be doing normal guard things. Like if you go to the museum and you see security just wandering around, they're just looking out for anybody trying to touch stuff they shouldn't or mess with exhibits. You get a rough idea of the patterns, but I mean, it's not really a patrol route as such. They're just sort of aimlessly wandering around the corridors, looking in the rooms for anybody up to any misbehaviour. The majority of the actual surveillance would come from the scrying eyes that Lyrindel has observed. The guards are just there, A, a little bit for show to put people off, and B, just to see anything visible that they might happen to come across.
Can I put a finger out and touch this exhibit just to see what will happen?
Where are you? Sorry, I can't.
Yellow.
You want to touch that exhibit in the middle there?
Yes, just to see what will happen.
So as you touch it, an alarm does sound, but it's not like a burglar alarm. It's more of like somebody's fucking with the exhibit alarm. Like some of the actual exhibits themselves will be alarmed. So when you touch it, it starts going. At which point, the nearest available guard will come towards you and go, "Oi, what's going on?"
Oh, I must have just slipped, young man. Forgive me.
What? You're that Porsche fella that we got told we had to let in, aren't you?
Damn right I am.
I'll let you go this one time, and you'll see him produce something from his pocket that looks a little bit like a stick. So just imagine it sort of like almost like a wand-looking thing, but it's not. And he just sort of taps it rhythmically against the display, and the alarm shuts off.
I was gonna hover, well, not hover, but look outside this room here. Oh no, I wouldn't have seen what had gone on in that room then if he actually tapped it against the display. So no worries.
Yeah. Can Lyrindel roll me a perception as the guard taps the thing?
Yes, just give me a sec. Oh, where the fuck have I put it? There she is. Perception, you say?
Yes, please.
It's going to be shite.
So you will note the rhythm that he used to deactivate the alarm, and then after he's done it, you will also see almost like he's touching an earpiece to his ear, and you'll hear him sort of mumble something, and it's kind of like you get the idea that what he's doing is telepathically communicating that there is no alarm and that everything is fine. Whatever you guys want to make of that, well, whatever Lyrindel wants to make of that, he can, and then he can disseminate that information with everybody else.
Yeah.
So he noticed the pattern.
He noticed the rhythm that the guard tapped the display with to switch off the alarm. And then he noticed what appeared to be the guard. It to him seemed like he was potentially telepathically communicating to everybody else that there was no threat, there was no alarm, and everybody should just relax.
Did we all hear the alarm?
People would have heard the alarm go off, but it would have only been going for a couple of seconds before this happened, where the guard came in, figured out that it wasn't anything dodgy, and switched it off again. So kind of like if somebody's testing a smoke alarm in a building, and then after a few seconds it goes off again. And a voice will come over like a magical tannoy going, "Please ignore the alarm. That was merely a test. Everything is fine. Please continue about your visit." Just need to quickly go grab a charger because my phone's about to die. 1 second.
No worries.
It's in the phone.
I can't cast rituals as a sorcerer.
I can.
No, but I've got detect magic and I can't ritual cast it.
I think Elvira has the same.
I can't cast it as a barbarian.
Do you know what? As always done, I don't have it. I do. I do have detect magic.
I have detect magic. I also have disguise self.
I don't have that one.
Fucking do something then, guys. Let's fuck this place up. But I'm guessing though, it looks like me and I'm a fighter. Me and Bogwood heading. I mean, Bogwood. Me and Bjorn heading down to the staircase. Have we? To that region. Did we go past anyone as we walked down there, Graham?
You'd have seen guards like you'd have gone past like say a guard in this corridor, sort of just going about his patrol and stuff. The door itself down here isn't under guard. There isn't somebody stood like immediately outside of it, keeping an eye on the door.
Would we have seen any of the other party members on our route? I don't think we would we?
I mean, if they were around and about, quite possibly.
What is going on? What is going on in the middle here?
Ignore all the planetary bollocks. That's just all.
It's like a big art display in the middle. Then.
It's like a planetarium almost. It's a big sort of in the air, a load of like planets and stuff, and it's the outer solar system on display. But it's just decorative. He's just sort of in that room doing whatever it is he's doing. In fact, no, he won't be in that room. He'd have been upstairs because that's where I said he was. So he's not actually there.
Out of curiosity, Graham, would you be able to tell us how many planets and moons and the names of the planets that are in the solar system of the world you've created?
Out of interest, could I? Yes, I could, but I absolutely won't. So
okay, yeah. I love a man who stands on his principles. That's fine.
I could, but I won't.
I shan't because I can't.
Fair play. Fair play.
So, what do next?
Have I noticed any of the other guards walking around? I want to see if there's a particular pattern that they're walking, what they look like, that kind of thing.
I mean, you can, by all means, go with perception just to see how well you can assess the guards and stuff.
I'm trying to equate this to tracking in my forest. Not necessarily hunting prey, but just trying to work. Oh, he's gone. Accidentally.
He didn't want to let us.
No, I think.
His phone died. Oh no, back.
Press the wrong button.
I pressed the wrong thing.
Cool. I was saying that I'm trying to use skills I would have gained in the forest to like hunt prey and stuff, seeing if I can spot any usual movements, that kind of thing, any patterns.
That makes a lot of sense, and you are using sort of your background and stuff as a way to do it. So yeah, I would say by all means roll perception with advantage and see what you can see.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I mean, you didn't even need the advantage would have made it worse. Yeah. So yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you've got a good idea of what these guard spaces look like. And you've got a good idea of the sort of the general pathing that they seem to take, because obviously all people are creatures of habit.
Yeah.
They tend to follow a very similar route most of the time, very rarely diverting. They each sort of seem to be taking like a quarter of the area for themselves, almost.
Am I noticing any complacency?
I mean, they're guards working for a magical rich tosser, so most of them don't seem that bothered. The front door guards are paid very well because they're front door guards. Mm-hmm. But all the internal guards are just sort of milling around a boring museum for most of the day. So they are very sort of just... It's like nothing ever happens because it's only rich people that come here.
Are they all wearing the same kind of uniform? Is there anything distinguishing to make sure they stand out against regular
With a 22, yeah, they are all in a uniform. It does have an emblem sort of on like a crest, in which is a unicorn.
Cool. Just keeping an eye so I can use disguise self later to replicate the behaviour that I'm monitoring.
And for Ali's benefit, yes, it's a unicorn because a unicorn is the national animal of Scotland.
Yes. Do you know why it's the national animal of Scotland?
Because the Scots probably got drunk and decided.
Because just like a unicorn isn't a real animal, Scotland isn't a real country.
I mean, it's hard to argue with it, Ali. It's hard to argue.
The unicorn is the natural enemy of the lion.
It's not.
Obviously,
just
lions,
like Scotland
lions
isn't
are better
really a
because
threat
they're
to
still
England,
alive.
a unicorn isn't really a threat to a lion.
It is. It's real.
Lions eat horses.
Just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean
Got
it's
a
not
little
real.
horn. What's that going to do?
Like Scottish people, it's very horny.
Yeah.
And yet no one believes they exist.
It's a good job I like you guys.
It's okay. We're only joking. Joking.
I like that.
We have 11 minutes left. Anything else anybody wants to do?
I don't think we'll have enough time.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic as me and Beyond get close to where we believe the staircase is. Just so I have that pinging.
Yeah. You notice magic on the door. And lots of magic surrounding you as well, because obviously you're in a wizard's museum. There's lots of magic everywhere.
Yeah, I'll tell Beyond the door. It's magic.
Everything's magic.
Yeah, it's probably too easy to think we could just go and try and break the lock. Maybe we need a magic key. Maybe one of the guards has something to steal, or do you think we have to go talk to the wizard?
I can just try to distract a guard, and you can maybe pick a pocket or two.
Okay, yeah, no, we can. I can try and do that.
Oh, one other thing regarding my noticing of the guards. Is there anyone who seems to be like a head guard or someone in charge of the others?
Don't touch the head.
Not that you've seen. All the guards that you've seen visibly patrolling the floor all appear to be basically of the same station.
Lovely.
This nearest guard to us,
Mm-hmm.
if Bjorn gets, walks around, I will borrow the pamphlet off of Bjorn and open it up at this guard and just be like, excuse me, sir. Can you help me, please?
I'm fairly certain the only thing that could help you is a speech therapist. What you want?
And to try and to find this certain exhibit, but
You're holding a map that tells you where everything is.
I keep getting lost. I'm not good with my maps. And just be pointing down to a random area on the map and saying, where quickest way here, please.
So while you're distracting him, roll me a performance, and then if Beyond's trying to pick his pocket, I need a stealth, then a sleight of hand.
I'll use an inspiration to get a 16.
Cool. He's somewhat distracted. Beyond with a 10 stealth and 14 sleight of hand. 24 out of 40 worked out as 12 out of 10, so it's an aggregate roll of a 12. No, I'm going to say you don't manage to pick his pocket. He doesn't notice that you're there. He doesn't feel you prying, but like his pockets are zipped. And you're fairly certain with your knowledge of stealing that if you tried to unzip his pocket, he'd probably feel it. So like you'll second guess yourself and like maybe not because everything's in a zipped pocket and I don't trust my abilities enough that I'll try and get into that. Yeah, I mean he's not on that one, so he's not going to turn around and go oi and start immediately trying to beat you up. So yeah, he won't notice that you. I mean, he'll probably turn around and go, "What are you doing?" Because you stood behind him and you're like,
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to get past. Did you not hear me asking to get past?
"No, I didn't. Are you with this guy?"
Yeah, I got lost. He has the map.
Right. If you two can't find your way around a building with a map, then perhaps it's time you go.
But we're looking for the exhibits.
To see everything. Yeah.
Which exhibit?
Say one, Craig.
You've got the map. Read one out.
I was going to hope we was going to say two different things at the same time, but okay then.
No, go on. On three, both of you say an exhibit, and if you get the same one, you can both have another inspiration. 2, 1.
Capes.
Painting.
Paintings of capes.
How was it?
My favorite paintings.
Capes.
He'll offer to walk you to the art exhibit. And I assume you'll walk with him
Yes,
to
we
the art exhibit,
will.
at which point he'll probably turn around and leave, muttering fucking idiots under his breath.
That went well again. We make a crackerjack team.
Yeah, I didn't get the keys.
Oh.
He has zips on his pockets.
Zips.
Yep.
Magical fantasy zips.
I mean, zip definitely exists in medieval fantasy. Like, people zip up their boots. Like, it wasn't all.
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't feel as if it should, but it
No.
definitely does.
I mean, I don't know when the actual zip was invented. Like, mostly it would have been like lacing things.
I think it was when Cat was a child.
1600.
Yeah.
1913.
1913. Okay, maybe they didn't exist in medieval
I
times. but in
stand
this
by
world,
my
they
previous
did.
statement.
Sorry. That was the modern zip. My God.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
Why do I have to go down this rabbit hole?
Right. Given the time, I'm assuming we're not going to have really any time to do anything of major importance. Is there anything anybody wants desperately to do in the next 4 minutes?
No, but can I ask that we'll have some time to go away and plan in chat and stuff, and maybe if we can have a bit of time at the beginning of next session, if there's anything we go, oh shit, we should have done this, so can we have a bit of time to finish up any reconnoitering before executing whatever bullshit plan we come up with?
I love how you put that.
I know.
Well, I'm going to stand by every decision I made. I'm not going to.
It sounds vaguely like what you're asking me is, can we have a week or two to metagame about the best way to deal with this and then officially put it into canon at the start of the next session?
Yes. Basically. Yes.
I'm glad you understand.
Or I will say this. Let's not put anything in any group chats like Graham's on, so he's unaware of anything that goes on. And let's just say we'll carry on next session.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds like a better plan for Graham's ears.
Do whatever you want.
Can't prove nothing, officer.
I would be lying if I said we hadn't done that before for other campaigns. So it's like, I'm not going to say no. You're not allowed to metagame in the time between sessions.
I don't think we'll be metagaming though, because we don't know what we're doing yet. So it'll just be suggestions.
That's wise of
Meta
you to
suggestions.
assume we ever know what we're doing.
But
Yeah,
there were some
I know.
meta suggestions.
To be fair, we are getting better at following through with our plans.
Are we though?
Yeah, we followed one last week to the letter almost.
Cool. Mostly.
Well, we will stop it there for tonight.
Lovely.